Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I'm here literally every single day of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. We have epic troll slayers who keep us safe, and we have got a fantastic community because you have been so kind to each other and so kind to me. Thank you. If you're watching on replay, hello. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go, so you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on a higher speed, whatever works best for you. So, hello. I'm trying so hard. I'm trying so hard. And I'm here every day, and I'm not going to shut up. I'm not. I am finding, though, the more vexed I become, the longer my nails get. Okay. We've got some infuriating stuff to go over first. Now, it doesn't mean things aren't going to get better, because I do believe they are. But happy thoughts. Oh, just I'll remind anybody who's dealing with arthritis. This, and if somebody's asking, you can put tape around your knuckle. This is that not like sellotape or scotch tape. This is like a fabric tape. But you can put it around your knuckle, and it'll help hold things in, and it'll help with the pain. But number one thing, you must leave a gap in the back. You otherwise you will cut circulation off. But as long as there must visible gap. But if your arthritis is hurting you, this will squish, and pain goes away. So anyway, just saying. Just wanted to share that with anybody else who's got the nodes and the osteoarthritis, whatever, Heberden's nodes. Yeah. Anyway, so definitely works, but you must. And if you share it with anybody, tell them. Gap, must gap. Okay. Anyway, so happy thoughts. Okay. Are you aware of the news that broke this morning by bless that woman, Allison Gill, better known as Mueller She Wrote? She's still, even though Mueller is, gone, he's retired. Poor man has some form of dementia, bless him. She's still doing great work. And she broke a story she got information that was like, set your hair on fire. However, it's not just her. So Raw Story, just a little bit before I came on, has verified it through their own sources. They're giving her credit, as they should, and I want to give her full credit. Rasa says, your smile makes misery not so bad. Love the nails. Oh, thank you. And you make it easier for me to get through the news as well. So, okay, we're going to get through this together, and we're going to look through each of these images. We're going to go through this piece by piece. All right, giving a full credit. Link is in the description box. Links, plural, are in the description box. So breathe. All right, let me let me pull this up, and I'll move this right over here. Okay. Now, this is one of those white text on black backgrounds, which I know some people love. Not me. It's not for me. It drives me crazy in my own life, but that's what we're dealing with here. So we're going to, kitties are going to step aside for just a moment. Just sweetness. My emotional support kitties. All right, so that's there. My work tower, just ignore that. Finally got around to labeling it. The different drawers. Share screen. And here we go. Exclusive. I have Ghislaine Maxwell, security score, custody level, transferred code, and her offender waiver. Okay. So starting at, let's say, 6 minutes in, and we're going to look. And Kristen from Uncover the News, thank you so much for sharing this. Kristen from Uncover the News really got hold of this. And so here we go. Today we learned that Senator Whitehouse has penned a letter to the director of the Federal Bureau of Prisons demanding answers surrounding the redesignation and transfer of convicted trafficker, the Ghoul, to a minimum security facility. Okay? So these are screen captures. Name, the Ghoul, Maxwell. Public safety, offender. There's some words I can't say on YouTube, so... All right, I'm just double checking. You can see this, right? Okay. All right. This is her official... This is screen captures of her official information. Okay? All right. According to a source, Maxwell's transfer code is 308, lesser security transfer. This transfer code is normally reserved for inmates whose point total comes down. But these kinds of offenders are never transferred to minimum security facilities. Her security point score is 27. This total is comprised of a 20-point custody score and a 7-point base score. All right. She has a 7-point base score, which is the highest severity because of her offender status. So, custody scoring, time served, she has 4 points, between 26 and 75% of her time served. So she has 4 points there. Living skills, 2. Good. Frequency of disciplinary and reports, none. So she got 3 points there. Program participation, good, 2 points. Type of disciplinary action, none. That's 5 points. Family and community, good, 4 points. Base scoring, severity, 7, the greatest. Crime history score, 0, excuse you. Violence, none, excuse you. Age category, whatever. Despite her score of 27 resulting in a minimum security level, Bureau of Prison policy does not allow people with offender PSF, public safety factor, to serve their sentences in minimum security facilities. Someone has to waive the PSF to make that move. Name, public safety offender, PSF waived. As you can see here, her management variable, right here, says PSF waive, and her PSF public safety sector is offender. This indicates she is a threat to the public because of her offender status and her management variable indicates her offender status has been waived in order to facilitate her move to a minimum security facility. Okay. So far, so infuriating. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Whatever. Here. Okay. So we already knew about this. Oh, I'll bet you didn't know this next part. Ready? Level and custody summary: base +7, plus 20, variance -8, section total 0, scored low, level, management, sec level minimum, security level minimum, custody out. What stands out here is the custody level out, which allows her to leave the minimum security campus for work assignments, much like Jeffrey Epstein was allowed to leave prison as a part of the sweetheart deal he got from Alex Acosta that was penned by Alan Dershowitz. Custody out. To say that my hair is on fire, yeah, Veronica, what the flippity? Yeah. Oh, yeah, she is just, oh, there it is. She is just, look at all that good stuff there for her. I can't see what, I know there's some hearts, Lewis, but I don't know what the rest of those emojis are. I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, yeah. Sweetheart deal from President Dumpster Fire. At least Rossdor is picking it up, because I found out about this, and so I went and I watched MSNBC, I watched CNN, nothing. Epstein's butler, who has nothing to gain, said that Epstein told him that right after the 2016 election, Trump offered a job to Epstein in the administration that Epstein turned down because he didn't want the scrutiny. And you know what major, the Independent found that out. They went and found the butler. But if you heard that on MSNBC, if you heard that on CNN, if you heard that anywhere, Sharon says, I can see why you needed the claws today. Yeah. Raymond says, it's all about finding the calm in the chaos. Donna Karen. Okay. The cards were saying over and over she was going to be put in a better place. But this is a whole new level. Why does it say out? She's not allowed to be part of the puppy program in training puppies. That was denied. But right there. Custody out. Judgment of the rich and influential. By the way, she says she didn't do anything wrong, and neither did Epstein. Just keep that in mind. Happy families. 3, waiting for a ship to come in. Knight of Wands, and someone coming to her rescue. Okay. So what happens from here? At 15:25. I try to stay calm. I really do. Why is this not 100% front page news? Front page. Yeah, and what? Grim bleeper, grim bleeper, grim bleeper. Yes. Hello, Tishy. I'm glad your internet came back. Oh, Katie has a date later. I hope it goes well. So what happens now? Broken Angel says easier for her to mistakenly fall out of a window now. No, I'm more likely for her to. Oh well, we find out after the fact that her sentence was commuted, and it's too expensive to have her there. She was under so many people were threatening her. So because she's already made it very clear that the instant she sees daylight, she's getting on a plane. She's going overseas. And she's going somewhere where she can never be extradited. Earth Blue says, will she try to flee while on work release? Excuse me, I'm not angry at you. If I sound angry, it is not at any of you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for talking me down. Because Retelling's Voices, front page news, DC situation, and the Friday visit. Distraction works. Yeah. And it says work release to Cancun and then Europe. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. It's kind of overcast today in Chicago. It's very warm. It's 83 Fahrenheit. Okay. Card for the reading. There she is. It's good to know. Good to know she has friends in high places. Oh, look at this. Walking away with leaving things unfinished. Not the sword of truth. That's not. That's a big legal action. That Lover's card makes me want to hurl. And she ends with the Strength card. She ends up in a position of strength. Thank you, Ms. Gibson. Thank you, Sonia. I want to know the blowback on this, on Trump. And we want the files now. Now. Deborah says the Aries moon has many irritated today. Oh, yeah. And here's the thing, though. This came out this morning. Mercury is direct again. This isn't like the Mueller report, which came out in the middle of a Mercury retrograde. So it kind of got buried a little bit. No, I know some people say that when Mercury first goes direct, it's in its shadow, so it's not as strong. But it doesn't matter. It's moving forward, which means there's chance this will have legs. This will make a difference because Mercury's moving in the right direction. We're going forward with this. Rob D, news about fiends with friends. Yes. Yes. So, Blowback at 2030. Blowback on Dumpy. Heard this morning that JD Vance has reiterated completely unsubstantiated words that the dumpster fire said, that only Democrats are in the file, or in the files. Vance, be very careful which side of this you come down on. Hello, Traveling Tarot. I am sorry you have come in during a very dark topic. Oh, and even this, the clouds are building, so it's getting darker and darker and darker in here. Stop there. Oh, okay. Card for the reading. Talk about a slap in the face to every victim. Talk about, it's a daytime show. There's some things I don't say on this channel. Daytime show. Jean Hall says, dang, I want to go back to my audiobook. I don't blame you. Beth says, I guess I better make my little box of Jiffy brownies again. There we go. Chariot. Big movement. Big showy movement. Big important movement. Right up against the Devil card. This is now or in the near future. Hello, Rose Blue. Thank you. Sassy Cat says, grab Boo Boo, hold him. He's healing. Oh, he was just cleaning himself. He's under the blanket over here. I want him to be okay. Sharon says, does that mean you're going to mute and let us try to read lips? Center card, adding insult to injury. Ace of Wands. An action by the human dumpster fire and fruits of labor. Oh, she's we can't keep her safe in prison. We have to let her out. She's been so good. She's just been a perfect little angel in prison. I like the violence nun. Really? Huh. Okay. I just want a little bit more information on potential blowback. Sassy Cat says, Autumn, you're too nice to say some words, but we get it. Oh, they're going to try to do this very quietly. Yeah. Shiny, shiny jazz hands. DC. Over here. Pay attention over here. Russia are going to, and he said he was going to Russia twice during that ridiculous thing. Veronica says, why do you think I say what the flippity? Yeah. Quietly working. Don't tell anyone. Knight of Cups. Waiting for the ship to come in. Victory. So this is scrutiny. But this feels very quiet. Oh, thank you, Angie. Thank you so much. This feels very hush-hush. And there's the country. Release the files. Okay, so we'll go on to... Lynette says you need to download a Shakespeare insult generator. Oh, there we go. Shakespeare insult generator. Let's see here. Thou mammering, reeling, right measle. Thou gore-bellied, pox-marked Applejohn. No, that's not mean enough. Thou weedy, milk-livered minnow. Thou wayward, rump-faced haggard. There, better. Oh, okay, that's not... I don't know what that means, so I'm not going to use that one. I don't know. I don't actually know what all of these words mean, so I'll just put it up here, and I'm gonna guess it's not that bad, right? So, what that means, I'm not entirely sure. So, make of it what you will. Okay. Thank you, Lynette. Very good suggestion. Okay. Do. All right. Need the kitties. Where are my emotional support kitties? There they are. Okay. And turn up the lighting a little, and we'll go on to another great story from Kristen at Uncover the News. Thank you. There we go. That should work. Sorry about the banker's boxes back there. Okay. So, Maria says, I liked the blue kitties you had the other day. They were cute too. Oh, I'm glad. Oh, yes, Rose Blue. That is a fantastic. The video of the three little pigs told in 16th century English. Genius. Absolutely genius. Okay. Deb, yes. Yes, that's nice compared to what he deserves. But that's nice. That was good. Rainy each day. I am sick when I do look at thee. Yes, that's good. Yes. Mm-hmm. Gail says, I woke up from a dream. The files were buried in a secret grave out on a beach. Sean is saying, hello, boo-boo. Oh, no, he's still in his bed over here. All right. At 29:35. On a different topic. The Dumpster Fire Administration is looking to create a squad of 600 National Guard soldiers who would be ready to deploy into U.S. cities to tackle civil unrest, according to a report by the Washington Post. the force called the, quote, Domestic Civil Disturbance Quick Reaction Force, it doesn't exactly roll off the tongue anyway, would be made up of about 600 National Guard troops, half of which would be based in military bases in Alabama and Arizona, ready at all times to fly into any given city or state to lay down Trump's law, that have military-style weapons and riot gear, and would dispatch from their bases in waves of 100 soldiers, and would cycle out after 90 days to limit burnout. Will this actually happen? Can you say in court in 3, 2, 1? Deborah says they sure seem to have money for everything else except what people need. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Annette. Oh, be slubbering, beetle-headed Dewberry. It's just also nicer than he deserves, but that was a good one. Be slubbering, beetle-headed. Okay, we're yeah. Oh, here we go. Hamlet. Villain, remorseless, treacherous, lecherous, kindless villain. There we go. There we go. Yeah, although this word in the UK is a swear word. But oh, that's funny. Jean Hall saying, oddly enough, my visible gadget says you are restful to listen to. Thank you. Not today, but I hope I am normally. Mm-hmm. Yes, innocent potato, Agolf Twitler. I can't say it out loud, Deborah, but I'm not going to disagree. Distract, 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 distract. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Page of Cups. I've said this for a long time. I do believe that the human dumpster fire, President Dumpster Fire, has really, really dark thoughts in his head, and he has real fear of mobs turning on him, because he's thought a lot about sending mobs after other people. So this is your average person. There's the narcissist and thief, any gathering of Democrats, and put people to work. But this is minor arcana. This feels like it's going to court, and it doesn't feel big. So Mega says, some think he's Mussolini reincarnated. Makes sense why he doesn't like mobs. I honestly don't think he's Mussolini reincarnated, but it does make sense. Okay. Next. Nettie is concerned at 34 minutes in, and thank you for going to the news with me. This is really infuriating. There we go, Lynette. There we go. Yep, I'd go with that. I'd agree with that. Nettie was saying experts are saying that dumpster fires plan to federalize DC, and trying to implement it in other blue states is leading up to him calling a nationwide martial law takeover. Will this happen? Will he succeed in other cities? No. Because here's the reality. We may have traitors to democracy at the heads of some multinational corporations who will bend the knee. partially because they are required by law to put their shareholders above anyone else. I have my issues with that to begin with, but this is a country of ballpark 340 million people, and at least half of whom not only didn't vote for him, but despise him with every fiber of their being. This is not 1930s Germany. Because there were a lot of people who were not fans of the man with the ugly mustache. The ugly man with the ugly mustache. There were people who weren't fans, but in this country it is much higher number, and this is not, you can't occupy a country of 340 million people. Not against their will. Not if more than 150 million of them are like, no. And there are people in the military who will say no. That's an illegal order. Lynott is absolutely correct. He is a mealy moused cat. At 100%. Excellent. Yes. Yes. So I will have a look, but yeah, he's doing what he's doing in DC, partially because it's right outside his own door. And he is afraid of mobs coming to DC. But he's limited in how long he can even be there. So I'm kind of curious why he's taken his shot at controlling the police in DC and blown it over what? You saw a Fox News story about Doge intern Pipsqueak, and I'm not using his name. I'm not using that stupid nickname ever. Pipsqueak. He got beaten up because the Fox News story about it also showed specific graphs about violence in Washington, D.C. And when Dumpy gave that press conference, those are the exact same graphics he used. So, does he think he can do it? Matter of fact, it feels like try to occupy and then try to somehow make money off of that, like make blue states pay, or I don't know what that is. But somehow in doing this kind of stupidity, the thought of getting something from it, this is taking power away from the state. And by the way, Republicans, I thought you were all about states' rights. Oh, until you're not. Giving a little when you have a lot. Hemming people in, especially those pesky women who vote. There's more and more talk about complaints by Hegseth and by Drunk Seth, and others. There's more. Just saying. This person over here, just letting you know, this person over here thinks women shouldn't have the right to vote. Isn't that interesting? In decisions deciding where things go, where they don't. But again, minor arcana. Keg's breath, yes, rose blue. Veronica, we're just going with liquor cabinet. There we go. Fawn is suggesting pub's breath. There we go. Retelling Savoy. Women who think, women who work, women who speak, women who vote. Hi, I'm all of those. And I vote every chance I get. So the question is about him trying to do something nationwide. Pathetic distraction. Release the Epstein files. I'm going to have to make a graphic because we're not letting go of this. Okay. Rox is saying, I just heard this guy in the UK say that Dumpy will be reelected and a family member will win after him. No. Nope. And I'm one logically, but also from what I've seen in the cards. Okay. Travels is wondering about the Big Bonkers ballroom with good reason, because people who build things like that are saying, even on White House grounds, it doesn't take $200 million to build even something that gaudy and awful. All right, is that better? It'll have to do, because it's just getting so dark in here. Sorry if I'm kind of blown out a little bit. So more and more people are questioning if there's something else going on with this supposed ballroom. No one spends $200 million on a house they expect to leave in 3 years. That's true. Why would a builder break ground for a large construction project in the winter? Is that when it's... I don't know when that's scheduled. Is something else going on? Yes, grift. It's the same way with the original inauguration. Remember that? It was $100 million, and people are like, for what? For no names and hardly anything. And then later on, lo and behold, that all that money went to pay people around the Trumps just vast amounts of money. And that's true. That is absolutely true. Retelling Savoy. The reason for construction, why it's so high, the price being so high, is that there has to be security features, sweeping for bugs and cameras, security clearances. No, that is absolutely true. But there's grift involved. And him saying, oh, he and donors are going to pay for it. He's going to pay. I may have been born at night, but I wasn't born last night. Yeah, Amy, just deport the contractors afterwards and not pay them. Yep. Lulu Fish is saying filling his pockets. Yeah. Oh, the big, gaudy, ugly, awful. And it is stupid, the size of it. Absolutely stupid. Have you seen some of where they're showing like how big it is compared to the rest of the White House? No need. No, and no. But cut funding for people who are desperate and, shoot the all that money. Yeah. Oh boy. Okay. Star, he wants to be remembered. Pretty sure wasn't there just a news report that he moved the portraits of Obama and Biden into a hallway? Because of course he did. Then again, I'm not going to lie. if I suddenly, bippity boppity booed and I was the president, oh, his portraits would be, I would tell the Smithsonian to put their displays back up properly and go bury these portraits in some warehouse bunker somewhere. Oh, and the portrait of W. There we go. Lewis is in the fireplace. Oops. So, illusion, delusion. Also, this is distraction. Look at all the shiny gold. Oh, by the way, yeah, all your help is being cut. Illusion. But this energy just peters out. Just gets weaker and weaker. It starts out here. That's major arcana. Carves the reading's judgment, but the judgment, other than him having horrendous judgment, starts out here, but then it just peters out. There's so much of the stuff that he's doing or that he does that the cards just keep wussing out at the end. Make of that what you will. Yes, Giovanni, he did. He hung his mugshot just outside the Oval Office so that cameras catch it in the press pool when there's a door open to where the secretaries sit. Yeah. Okay. Okay. At 47:15. Reports say that Dumpy is pitting Shady Vance, Vice President JD Vance, against Secretary of State Little Marco as potential successors for 2028, while also floating the possibility of a third term. How might this rivalry affect MAGA unity and Trump's influence after leaving office? It's a cult, and neither of them have the charisma. Not even close. Oh, there we go, Raymond. Like a toad, ugly and venomous. Okay. Yes, critical. Major Yakadu. Quote, Sarah. Yes. So, Vance versus Rubio. Oh. The awkward versus the milquetoast. Are you ready to mumble? It's a cult. And when the cult loses the leader, and Trump just, he sees himself as 100 feet tall and youthful, and his long flowing locks of blonde hair blowing in the wind. This is how he's always seen himself. And no, he's not going to name the successor. Because dictators, it's not their thing. And they're always on shaky ground. And so when he, like everyone else in the world, eventually pops their clogs, it's just the nature of humanity. The big old ending. It won't matter. Because the rise of Democrats, the rise of community, the rise of working together. Yeah, goodbye, Pluto and Capricorn authoritarianism. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Rob says free Usha. Here's the thing, though. She did this to herself. I know what you mean, and it's funny. But she did this to herself. She's still there. She doesn't have to be there. She really doesn't. But She chooses to be there. Okay, so Tammy has a question at 5020. Will dumpster fire offer a nuclear submarine to Putin to attack Ukraine? What made you think? Tammy, I'm just curious if you heard something. Traveling Tarot says he wants an army because there's supposedly a group 2 million strong that is privately chattering about revolution. This according to my ex-bestie who works for Homeland Security. There we go. Veronica, the Alaska meeting is supposed to be Friday. So, and twice during the presser, Trump said, I'm going to Russia. So I don't know about him giving away Alaska because I'm not sure he completely understands that Alaska is ours. If, no, he'll try to throw a couple of things toward Putin, but no. A lot of worry, a lot of pain. Ukraine was pulling themselves together, and then wham! Along came Putin, and now here comes Blunderdum, President Blunderdum, blundering in, saying, "Oh, just give them a big chunk of your land." And Zelensky is saying, "No." Herman says, "Expect desperate publicity stunts," and popcorn emoji. Yeah. Sean says, please like, subscribe, and share. It really helps the channel. Thanks. Yes, it does. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, do hit the like. Do subscribe. If you like the channel, because I'm here every day of the year and have been for years. So we have news with friends every day. I'm glad you like that, Dave. All right. Let's see. 53 minutes in. Let's jump down to rural hospitals. Ouch. We're starting to see a larger health crisis emerging as rural hospitals that were already short-staffed are now operating without ER doctors. As more repercussions of the bonkers billionaire budget roll out, how bad will this get? Very. Will MAGA twig? Will they finally say, hello? You know, we're just constantly losing. Mm-hmm. Fawn says drippings of distracting. Dems must stay on topic 100%. Ding, 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 ding. What did you? Yeah, your health care will be cheaper and better in 2 weeks. Can you even wrap your head around Trump's health care for himself? There's a whole operating room. There's a whole thing in the White House. Would not be nice. What he has, stellar. Lots of money. Trying to kick down Democrats kick down medical, and then the people come up a day late and $1 short when your life is at stake. We told you, we told you, we told you this would happen. But you didn't listen to us. Oh boy. Sharon Rice is saying, I'm guessing he still has the concept of a plan. Yes. And hang on. Let's see. Oh, I want to make sure I get to Kristen's question. There we go. At 56 minutes in, the new head of labor and statistics. Oh gosh, what happened to the last one? I wonder. Shooting the messenger much? The new head of labor and statistics has previously recorded podcasts explaining and promoting Project 2025. Yes, indeed. Yeah, what kind of damage will he do? Oh, boy. Wow. Thank you, Sean. Alan says, I was singing the taco song yesterday. Oh, thank you. Oh, yes, and he's giving China another 90 days. Uh-huh. Chickens out, go always chickens out. Bluster and then doubt. New head of labor and statistics. So, I wonder if this is weird. I wonder if, is he going to be short-lived? Give me numbers, do the work that so I get what I want to hear. There's the country. Vile, just awful. Look at these numbers. Yeah, those are numbers. I haven't got anything to do with reality, but yeah, I can definitely say those are numerals. Yes, they are. But then I get this 9 of Cups and this 2 of Cups, which makes me wonder if there are other sources of this information that people will start relying on more. Yeah. Needle Artsy, Suzanne Rich, says my local hospital is now making collection calls starting at day 30 after service is rendered instead of 90 like it's always been. Oh, man. Yeah. Chili says, I don't envy his life review. Yep. Oh, man. Oh, day. You know what? 58 and a half minutes. We're done. Okay. Safe. Made it home. All right. Okay. Oh, my gosh. We're going to get through this. But oh my gosh, I read that this morning and I just about fell out. Oh my gosh, I forgot to take my tea. I've got to take the pack out of my tea. Stewed to high heaven. All right. So, Tishy says, I seem to have the Nosferatu song stuck in my head often. Thank you. Yeah, sage time. All right. I'm gonna go lie down on the floor for a while. But we're gonna get through this. And thank you for being here. You give me hope, and I hope I can give you a little bit. All right, it's 1:16 p.m. here in Chicago. At 3 o'clock, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel with Miss Sarah. And we're going to be productive, and we're not going to talk about news. So you're always welcome. But other than that, I will be right back here tomorrow like I am every day of the year. You're not alone. This community is always here, daily, every single day. And thank you for being a part of it. You're not alone. We're in this together. There are good days ahead. All right. So be well, and I'll see you later. as always. All right.